Don't you think these are a little bit too similar with each other? Am I tripping? It's giving the same energy as when Nikki Tutorials did that green cream blush and then she applied it to her face and then it turned to like a pinkish color. Actually, the shade Emerald Butler. Like this rose palette, ooh, this rose palette has gone moldy. If this is gone by my next paycheck, then fate said that you're not gonna have it. You guys, we are officially at the midpoint of 2024. Time flies really, really fast. And that means for Kbeauty releases, we are officially right smack in the middle of summer releases now. And a lot of juicy, vibrant, fun colors here and there. And also, did you know that 2016, 2017 viral trending products back then, they are making a comeback now here in 2024, which is shocking. I never thought I would see it make a comeback, and I'll be sharing with you guys everything later on. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, I didn't buy any of the new makeup releases, so let's just jump straight into it. Let's start off with one of my favorite brands, Clio. They did come out with a whole new collection called the Luxury Koshort Edition. Very cute packaging, and I believe they have collaborated with this Koshort Cats brand in maybe like 2022. I remember they came out with like a little cushion with a little cat paw print in it. We have the Pro Eye Palette Air in 2 colors, 4 Crystal Glam tints, 2 glass and highlighter, and also the Kill Cover Skin Fixer cushion in a special packaging. Very pretty. I love it. I love the aesthetic of this whole collection. It's giving like rich cats, that kind of vibe, as well as the fact that they provide little stickers and you can stick onto the palettes, the cushion itself, and I think it's so adorable. I love the customization aspect of it. The 2 eyeshadow palettes, 11 Shopping Cheese and 12 Crystal Paw. Oh, they're so cute. I love it so much. But I genuinely don't need it. The more I look at it, the more I realize that I actually have this palette and it's exactly from Clio as well. Wait, let me get it. I felt like 12 Crystal Paw looks really similar to this one. The one I have is called number 4 Pink Pairing. This is how it looks like. Isn't it the same? Kinda, right? It's just that it has that special shade with like the iridescent blue, pink, purple kind of moment. I'm just trying to tell myself like, look, I don't need this because essentially I already have this palette. It's just that I'm kind of missing the cute cat stickers, which honestly, if I wanted, I could buy cat stickers from a stationery shop and just stick it onto here. It's just a cute packaging that is really sucking me in right now. So you know what? I don't need it. I'm just gonna try and brainwash myself again. I have survived and not bought the grocery plum shopping. I forgot what's the name of it, but the Clio grocery collection, the one with the plum one, which I also really wanted. I didn't get it, okay, so phew, good on me. I must say though, for Shopping Cheese, that palette, it's still very safe in a sense where there's a lot of like peach, very warm, but they also have very warm beiges and like a hint of orange. What's that one shade called? Number 9 Shine Collector. That one is like orange, and then we have browns. So I feel like this Shopping Cheese palette, it isn't as boring. I think comparing it to Crystal Paw looks a little bit, how do I describe it? It's an intense version of this Pink Pairing palette with a pop of that shiny light blue. I think they more or less kind of replaced like maybe this shade and another shade around here with 2 shades of this iridescent shiny looking blue. Actually, the shade Emerald Butler, it's like this rose palette. Ooh, this rose palette has gone moldy. Okay, I'm throwing this palette out immediately after this video, but like it's this shade over here. Ew, it's so moldy. Oh my god. This shade that is disgusting. Okay, I'm throwing this away now. I wanted to keep the original Pro Eye palettes as like reference for like future videos, but even this street pastel one has mold in it as well. This shade over here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna throw this away as well. Now, let's move on to the highlighters. I must say, I think highlighters are making a comeback right now in Kbeauty especially because for some reason, now everybody wants glowy cheeks. We are low-key a little bit done of, you know, flat, matte, light pastel cheeks over here. We want a little bit of shine, a little bit of glow. I think especially with the fact that, you know, how on TikTok, like Wonyoung is talked about a lot, and the fact that she has very glowy and shiny high points. And I think a lot of brands right now are also creating balm highlighters, which is what I'm wearing right now. I will link whatever that is on my face right now in the description box down below. And I think Clio is definitely hopping onto this highlighter trend. So the two shades for the glass and highlighter colors that we have is number 1, Moon Glow, and number 2, Smooth Dough. We have one that is kind of like a yellowy undertone, and the other one is pearly pink, really cool. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but in the pan, they look like those type of soft, squishy textures, that kind of thing. But they look very finely milled. And one thing is for sure with Kbeauty is that when they create certain products, they want to make it look as if like second skin. So I don't really see any chunky shimmer particles or whatsoever in the highlighters themselves. But do I need it? No. Now, the Skin Fixer Cushion Foundation from Clio, it is in the special packaging with a little heart shape on it, crystallized. The 5 shades that are available in this crystallized heart packaging would be 19C Light, 19N Porcelain, 21C Lingerie, 21N Linen, and 23N Ginger. Now, I feel that the shade range definitely could be better, especially for, Kbeauty, light skin, East Asian beauty standards, all that kind of stuff. That's a whole other video for another day. But I do like the formula of this particular cushion foundation. This particular Skin Fixer line from Clio is one of my favorite cushion foundation formulas. It just adheres so nicely to the skin, and I think that the one that I have is in 21N Linen. The total match is a little bit light, but it is quite neutral. So if you want to see the very in-depth detailed review on this particular cushion foundation, I will put a card up above where you can check out my other video where I reviewed the cushion foundation as well. And the Crystal Glam tints. Oof, okay. You guys, I have thoughts about this. So we have 13 Koshort Pearl Coral, 14 Heart Pink Diamond, 15 Grooming Peach Opal, 16 Luxury Mauve Ruby. You know what's the funny thing? I feel that Clio is even self-aware that the Crystal Glam tint shades, or the shades that they're producing, it is a little bit too similar to the current lineup of Crystal Glam tints. So they actually did do a shade comparison, like side by side, which is number 9, number 10, number 7, and number 4. I want you to take a look at the pictures and tell me that they're different. Because even to me as a makeup lover, I feel that the colors are way too similar. And that's coming from like a lip tint lover. I want to own every single shade under the sun in different formulas, that kind of thing. Don't you think these are a little bit too similar with each other? Am I tripping? I personally own the shade number 4, which is Pale Plum. And when you compare it to the one above it, which is number 16, Luxury Mauve Red, if I'm not wrong, is that what's it called? Number 16, Luxury Mauve Ruby, sorry. You know what? It looks like an intensified version of Pale Plum with more saturation to it. Like the redness and pinkiness is a little bit more prominent. If not, it's almost the same thing. Girl, this, for me, I'm easily going to pass on this. If you own the Crystal Glam tints and you are planning to pick up another color in this current collection, if you own, any of the current lineup that is shown here, you might want to think twice, I guess. Also from Clio, not part of the Luxury Koshort Edition collection, but it's the Velvet Lip Pencils, which I have grown to love. They have released 2 new shades, which is number 5 Soft Berry and number 6 Vanilla Coral. So the one that I have is in number 1 Rosy Pink, and this is the shade over here. If you can see, comparing like the top to the bottom of the pencil, which is like here to here, you can see that I have used this quite a bit. And I nearly bought the shade, is it Tan Brown number 4? Yes, number 4. I wanted a brown lip pencil, but I didn't get it because your girl is just trying to not overconsume. The new shade Soft Berry and Vanilla Coral, I don't think I will pick it up. Only for the fact is that, personally for me, I'm looking for lip liners that add a little bit more definition. So I need the tone of it to be a bit darker. Soft berry and vanilla coral, they look more of like those very light pinks, light corally colors, which it is very popular and trendy when it comes to creating very gradient looks. So you have the light lip line on top and then you have something very juicy and wet in the middle, that kind of thing. Not really what I'm going for nowadays, but you know what, it's cute. I think it's a good addition to the velvet lip pencil lineup. I hope Clio does release more colors of the velvet lip pencils because the formula of the pencils themselves, they are really good. They adhere to the lips. They don't really smudge or budge too much unless if you like eat food and all that. That's quite expected. I don't think I've ever talked about this brand on What's New in Kbeauty on this series, and it's Hince. Hince is actually coming out with their 2024 summer edition collection called Blue Dive, and it's releasing in July 1st. So as I'm recording this, it's not out yet, but by the time it goes live, I think so, if I'm not wrong, or if not, it's about to go live. So take note of that. And it's a really small and condensed collection. They did get Hyphens Sung-hoon to endorse them, so the colors look good. I mean, it looks very unisex in a sense, very safe, very neutral. We do have a cushion, 2 eyeshadow palettes, and 3 of their lip tint. What's it called? It's like a glowy lip tint. Very standardized as well. So I believe the base makeup, it's the mesh cushion from Hince. It's coming in this very limited edition cool blue gradient packaging. I've never tried Hince base products. I'm actually very curious about it. And we have 2 eyeshadow palettes. One that is kind of like that standard peachy pink moment with a blush. Actually, I like the quad and the blush moment. I think it's really good for travel. We have one that it's a little bit more cool tone and a pop of that like jelly blue kind of thing, which is, you know, that palette, that quad, cute. That's launching on OLIVEYOUNG first, so there is a chance that it will be available on the OLIVEYOUNG global website. Will it be on the 1st of July itself? I'm not really sure, but maybe, if not somewhere around that period of time. I like a condensed collection like this. I can appreciate it a little bit better because I feel that, if I'm not wrong, Hince is actually an indie brand. Normally I hear a lot about indie brands in like the Western makeup side of things, but indie brands in Korea, rare and hard to come by. I actually would love to learn more about indie makeup for like Kbeauty brands. It'd be quite cool, don't you think so? I had to go onto the official Shopee store of Hince here just to get the English name out. We have the Hince Second Skin Mesh Matte Cushion. For the lip tint gel itself, it's called the Hince Raw Glow Gel Tint. Currently, they have 7 shades for the Raw Glow Gel Tint. And for the skin mesh one, there is 15 Rosy, 17 Porcelain, 21 Ivory, and 23 Sand. So I guess it's very standard Kbeauty foundation line, that kind of thing. I'm quite surprised to see that it's actually a mesh and matte formula for the cushion, because normally, based off my experience, mesh cushions usually tend to have a glowier finish to it. I don't really need any more cushion foundations, not at the moment. So this one, I could add it to my wish list and maybe one day I could check it out. The colors look quite yellow. Is it just me? For the Raw Gel Glow Lip Tint, I'm not really sure what are the 3 new shades because as of right now, I don't know what they are, but if I have any more pictures, I'll put it on screen. If not, we are just working with this one preview picture at the moment. So what do you guys think of Hince? I would love to know if you guys have tried out the brand. Currently, I'm actually wearing 2 products from Hince, the Glow Highlighter Balm here, as well as my eyeshadow. I know it's not very obvious, but one of the single eyeshadows I'm currently wearing on my eyelids. Now this next one is the one that I'm so excited to yap about and ask you guys about. Oh my gosh, okay. So you know Etude, right? They were really popular with their Dear Darling lip tints back then, even as early as the 2010s, 2012, 2013. People were really impressed by it just because it stains. But honestly, I hated it back then even because like it didn't stain evenly like my whole lip. It just stains like the inner lip itself. Anyway, okay. So now, fast forward to 2024, Etude is now releasing marker lip tints. You heard me right, okay? And I kid you not, marker lip tints have existed before in like 2016, 2017, around that time. I remember the one marker pen that I did get was from the Face Shop, and it was not cute. I did not miss this at all. Because honestly, who asked for this? I don't think anybody did. The idea of it, which is like, oh my gosh, taking a marker pen and drawing it on the paper, instead put it on your lips. It's cute. The idea is really cute. But the execution of it and the marker felt tip running on your very sensitive lips, no, I don't think so. At least the one that I used from the Face Shop, when I drew it on my lips, it wasn't as flawless as this. I definitely could still see my lip lines, and even swatches themselves, they don't look as pigmented as what is being shown on the model shot right now, so it looks very transparent. Am I curious about this marker lip tint? Yes, very much so. I think this is good content, especially for like TikTok. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys won't believe this. That kind of thing. It is good content, but honestly, being practical, I just know that deep down, I'm not gonna like it. So, do you guys want to see me try this out? I can get like 1 or 2 pieces just to check it out. But in all seriousness, another release from Etude is the Nymph Aura Volumer. Yes, it's called that. Now, this is actually also quite an old product from Etude. I remember seeing this even back in 2013. I vaguely remember my late mom actually asking me to, hey Crystal, could you like help me buy one of this product? And when I went to the store here in Singapore, it was sold out, or it was just like not available, something along those lines. So now they are, I guess, re-releasing it. I'm not sure if they changed the formula. Most likely they did. A lot of the times when it comes to like these K-beauty companies, they will update the formulas of older products as time progresses with better technology and better ingredients. I believe this is something like a primer. You apply the first layer, it makes your skin look super glowy. Because what I believe is that you don't need an actual primer for anything, maybe for a little bit of color correction, maybe. But if not, in terms of getting that glowy skin, prepping your skin for makeup, having a really good moisturizer, prep your skin, I think that it will do the job. We don't have physical standalone Etude stores anymore because they all closed down during COVID. So now they are available at Watsons. So maybe if one day this reaches the physical Watson stores, maybe I will check it out. But if not, I don't really have the urge to get it. Peripera recently posted this on Instagram, showcasing 3 of their ink gelatos. Guys, this is also a very, very old product. Maybe 2016, 2017, I'm not really sure, but I just remember it was at the peak of the ink velvet line where it was super trendy, super popular, and Peripera expanded the ink line, and this ink gelato was one of them. And I believe that they are planning to, remake the ink gelato line. Granted, I was a student back then. I didn't have the money to buy every single lip tint out there. I had like one, the ink velvet, and that's it. I couldn't afford to buy any more. So if Peripera does re-release this ink gelato line, I might want to check this out because everyone was talking about it back then. And you know what? I went to Google some of the shades as well of the ink gelatos. It does look very outdated. Fits the beauty standards and trends back then, where it's like, oh my god, vibrant red, vibrant orange, warm tone, everything. They will definitely do something that's a little bit more cool tone, something a bit more neutral, and I'm really excited to see the ink gelatos re-release. Peripera also did add a new shade to their Speedy Skinny Brow Mascara. It looks like a really light pink beige, and this new shade, which is the 5th shade, is called Peony Ash. So we currently have 1 cool grey, 2 dark brown, 3 natural brown, and 4 ash brown. I was really confused when I first saw the shade itself because like, is there suddenly like a hype for people dyeing their hair ashy pinky kind of color, and they needed this. Is this a new like trending hair color that I'm not aware of? But then when I looked at the model shots themselves, I realized that this is actually looking quite okay because the model herself has really deep dark black hair, and her brows are, you know, this kind of light peachy moment. So I think it's also partially because of the current K-beauty trend where it's, you know, having very bleached eyebrows, very light eyebrows. I'm not really sure why. Personally, I prefer to have my brows to match my hair. That's just me, but you know what? I don't hate it. I don't hate it on the model itself. She looks really good. If I'm not wrong, they're under like $10 here, and it's quite affordable. So, ooh, part of me really wants to check out this trend as well. And of all things, light sakura pink kind of color, it really intrigued me. I was like, ooh, would you guys ever take such a color or do the bleach eyebrow trend thing? Let me know your thoughts, because it's quite interesting. Now, from another favorite brand of ours, Dasique, they did release quite a number of new makeup products for summer so far. Insane, honestly. And the first one that they did release, the latest, it's the Mood Painting Lip and Cheek Palettes. They released 4 new colors paired together with individual single blushes. So we have 4 different shades for the palettes, which is pink coloring, coral coloring, warm coloring, and rose coloring. Honestly, I love the fact that it's in that little artist palette kind of thing, and it really does give a sense that, oh, I'm gonna mix different shades and formula to form my perfect lip combo for the day. Now, Dasique is not the only brand that is doing lip palettes nowadays. I think lip palettes is also another product trend that is trending right now in K-beauty. In recent months, I feel that Wakemake is actually the first brand to actually do lip palettes, now followed by Dasique. So these two bigger beauty brands are doing lip palettes now. So I have a feeling that other brands are gonna follow suit. I must say, when I shared my thoughts on the Wakemake lip palettes, my general critique on them is the fact that the colors are very transparent, jelly, see-through like, that kind of thing. There wasn't really a difference. This one from Dasique though, you can tell there are different tonal values. Granted, it's in the same monochromatic color story. I think the shades that are side by side with one another can end up looking very, very similar. But I do appreciate the fact that they do have different finishes and different formulas. So for example, you can see there's one that's more clear, see-through, one that is kind of like a velvet matte, and there are deeper tonal values. I appreciate that. I think this is what Wakemake should have done. Granted, I prefer Wakemake's variation of different colors and all that, but at the end of the day, if they're gonna end up looking the same on your lips, even if you were to mix A and B, A and C, B and D, and they end up looking the same, I feel like it kind of defeats the entire purpose of having a lip palette and being able to create your own lip shade, because ultimately it's gonna look the same on your lips. Anyway, I'm going round and round and about. So between the Wakemake lip palette and this Mood Painting palette from Dasique, right, I would definitely prefer this Dasique one, because I can tell that this definitely can be used on the cheek and it's definitely way more versatile as well. My pick out of the 4 colors, I think it'll be number 4, rose coloring. For some reason, I feel that pink coloring is a little bit too pink for me, personally, for my own taste, even though I have the pink pairing palette over here from Clio. The pink in pink coloring is very like magenta, Barbie pink, which I'm not really about that life. Rose coloring definitely looks a little bit more subdued, but still very romantic, very safe colors, and a little bit more, would I say vampy? Not really. Maybe like the last 2 shades, but if not, this is definitely way up my speed. I think warm coloring and coral coloring, they have a little bit too much of that peachiness and orange. Peach and orange on me generally does not look good, so I know that is an easy pass for me. For the single blushes from Dasique, we have 8 different shades. It's quite a variety actually. Number 1, Peach View. Number 2, Pink Cream. Number 3, Bubble Coral. 4, Pink Ribbon. 5, Blush Pink. 6, Sweet Lavender. 7, Nude Beige. And 8, Rosy Mood. Okay, wow. The shade range is honestly not too bad. And the price point of this is 15,000 won. 15,000 won is about 16 Singapore dollars, which in the US would be much cheaper. I thought that these blushes would be sitting around the $20 mark, but for it to be 15,000 won, that's not too bad, honestly. Part of me is a little bit confused because Dasique is actually very well known for releasing the cheek quads, you know, like the 4 pans, with 4 different blushes, and I was like, okay, why are they releasing this? But also, I guess I can understand as well if somebody just wants one particular blush, they don't really want to feel too overwhelmed with a cheek quad, then this would be great for them. I think especially for people who are starting off with makeup, maybe they just want to start off with one particular color, because maybe if you're working with a quad, it can get a little bit overwhelming with, 4 different colors. I don't know what particular shade to use. Also, I think the cheek quad itself is a little bit more expensive than a single blush like this. So, you know what? It's a smart move from Dasique. Maybe they're adding more towards like their hero line, like the standardized line, like people can go to and buy. The texture on this looks more of like that really velvety, matte, blurry, smooth, that kind of thing. So yeah, smart of them to throw in like 2 shades of very beige, brown, very safe colors compared to the initial 6 lineup. The initial 6 looks really bright and quite pastel-y. So the last 2 shades, they are way much more muted and safer for the daily wear. Now moving on to Rom-N. Rom-N is collaborating with another brand. It's called Inapt Square, and this is basically, I think, an artist who does a lot of cute black and white drawings. It's very like quirky, things like that. Very simple, but you know what? It's cute. I have never heard of Inapt Square before, I'll be very honest. The collection itself, it's not say very interesting, but there are significant products that I want to point out. So for example, you get the standard like eyeshadow quad, the glassy balm, as well as the 2 Better Than Cheeks powder version. Now, I realized that there is a cream blush that Rom-N is releasing in this collection. And I'm pretty sure Rom-N has never done a cream blush before, and because of the branding of Inapt Square, it's actually a blackened cheek blush. You know what's it giving? It's giving the same energy as when Nikki Tutorials did that green cream blush, and then she applied it to her face and then it turned to like a pinkish color. It's that same energy. And there's a glassy melting balm that is actually blackened. And I think it's one of those like pH adjusting kind of thing, if I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure. I haven't read the captions just yet. But normally when it comes to all of these like color changing products and it's pH adjusting, normally that it will change to a certain other hue of color. Okay, Rom-N has not put out any specific collection shots, so some of these pictures that I'm getting from are from creators. For the glassy melting balm, we have 3 colors. So the first one is Kaya Pink. The next one is, oh my god, it's really testing my Korean. This is Kitten Peach. And the blackened one is called Berry in Black. Oh, Berry in Black, yes. The 2 new shades of the Better Than Cheeks in this collection. The first one you have is Chincha Night. Really night, I guess. It's really called that. And the other one is kind of like a contour shade. It looks like a very grayish, cool nude. Very done. I'm not really sure. I don't see any English translation, so if there's any, I will put them out. Also, there's this eyeshadow quad that is very grey, vampy and deep, truly. And it's an all glitter palette. I'm assuming so because there are two shades of grayish black and the other two, which is diagonally across, it looks very iridescent and I can tell there are some flecks of blue and like it's that green, blue, white flip, that kind of thing. I believe the little drawings are from the collaborator Inapt Square because they draw that. So it's super cute. I love it. The inner arty-farty person in me, I love it so much. Actually, I take it back. This collection is quite big because I just noticed there are blur fudge tints in this collection as well. Ooh. Okay, wow. And then we have two other quads. We have a pink in black and brown in black. The brown in black is a little bit boring. It's a bit of a snooze fest. There's also a pink in black. I like the shade, that taupey shade with silver flecks in it. The one at the bottom left, that one is nice. But the black spectrum, that particular quad, that is something I want because I feel that will be something very interesting to have in my collection and actually just, swatch it out. Now, this one has been out for quite a while, but I just want to quickly talk about it. The Rom and Sheer Powder Pearl. There are two shades. The first one is Gleamy Veil, and the other one is Berry Glow. So it's in a little jar and you have all these little balls of pearlescent hues of pinks or beiges, and then you kind of swirl your brush in it and you add it to your cheeks. It gives off this very beautiful, glowy cheek. And I think Gleamy Veil looks more like a highlighter. Berry Glow, maybe it's also the blush in the picture, but it has a stronger pink base to it. I want to get my hands on it. But as time progressed, I just never got around to getting it. So low-key, I just know that I don't need this. And is it a fun product to, have your hands on, play around with the little tiny balls? Maybe. And this just reminds me so much of this one other makeup product that my late mom used to have, which was some kind of like finishing powder. The Glam little ball thingies. She used to have one of those, and this reminded me so much of that. Deep down, I know I should save money, so I probably won't get this, but do I think that it's a beautiful product? Yes, something innovative, something different. This is what I wish Kbeauty would come out more with. The last brand we'll talk about is Wakemake, and they did come out with a new summer collection, and it's called 1999 Vintage. Low-key, they just called everyone old, not gonna lie, because gosh, I'm only like 1 year younger than 1999. I'm 2000 baby, but at the same time, dang, a little bit too close for comfort. When I saw the pictures of the blue eyeshadow palette, I was like, that is pretty. That is really, really pretty. I want it. I want it so bad. But do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yeah. I'm always in this dilemma because look guys, I don't wear eyeshadow palettes to work nowadays. I really don't. I'm focusing a lot more on like skin, on blush and lips, maybe throw on some mascara and like that's it. I'm very sure that I can achieve these looks as well with the current blue eyeshadow palettes that I do have. And based off what I've tried with the soft blurring eyeshadow palettes from Wakemake, I do have two other palettes from them. The colors aren't the most pigmented per se, so I think I'm gonna skip on this. Oh, but it's so pretty. I love the fact that Wakemake again is trying to push the boundary and actually doing colorful eyeshadow like this. I'm so impressed with Wakemake and I genuinely respect them a lot for coming up with all these like crazy fun eyeshadow palettes. I wish they didn't do something so monochromatic. And I feel that they did do the lime palette, which was half lime and half purple. That color story was unique as well. But I think it's time for them to, like step it out a little bit. Maybe do 3 different colors. Something, just give me a little bit more. And I don't know. I get it though, because monochromatic, it looks so satisfactory to the eye. This soft blurring eyeshadow palette in 20 Tangerine Beach Blurring. Objectively speaking, it's also another colorful palette from Kbeauty because you have your yellows, very, very strong orange. You see that one shimmer shade that is literally orange, as well as your Of course, your browns, which are, warmer leaning, and you have also some of these like bricky reds at the bottom, some pinks. So I think this is actually quite fun and out there in terms for like K-beauty standards. Do I wish that they kind of mixed it up again with something, maybe something cool, something warm, nothing too like monochromatic-ish like this? Yes, but based off K-beauty standards, this is considered out there. Now for me, personally, I'm not going to pick this up because this color story definitely does not gravitate towards my makeup style. I know that very strong peach undertones and strong oranges, they just don't look great on me. I think it ties in so well with the vintage aspect because I feel that blue eyeshadow was a lot more popular back in maybe the early 2000s, and then somehow or other we just kind of gravitated away from blue eyeshadow. Now, if Wakemake is somehow or other able to make blue eyeshadow trendy again, that it will be quite impressive. And you know what? I would love to wear blue eyeshadow out a little bit more as well. Personally, I'm not that comfortable wearing blue eyeshadow out in public just yet. Normally what I like to do is take a little bit of blue eyeshadow maybe in the inner corner around here, and then I'll add like a neutral or nude color in the outer crease, just kind of pair it up so it makes it a little bit more wearable. Also in this vintage 1999 summer collection, they did add 2 new shades to their sheer layering duo blusher. So we have number 6 Blue Surf and number 7 Dizzy Surf. Very pretty colors. I believe I did mention this in one of my What's New in K-Beauty when they first released the initial 5 colors, and I was, oh my god, I really wanted it, but till today, I still haven't gotten it, so it's a good sign that I just don't need anything that is new and shiny, I guess. But the Blue Surf color, the Blue Surf color is so pretty. I really do want it. The pink, they describe it as a neutral pale pink, and the highlighter itself is a blue shine. And for Tangerine Surf number 7, they describe the blush itself as a tangerine color and the white as a pearly kind of finish to it. So the colors themselves are so pretty. I love it. Also, I feel that this Wakemake Sheer Layering Dual Blusher low-key reminds me of a Western brand that actually did the embossing of the waves, something like this. I can't remember what's the name of the brand. The picture and image is in my head, but I don't know what's the brand name. I low-key kind of forgot about it. Okay, but if I find the picture, I'll put it on screen. You guys will see it. I currently don't remember. Girl, should I get one of these blushes? Because I genuinely forgot about these blushes, their existence. And then when this new collection dropped, I was like, oh, these blush highlighters are super cute. And now here I am kind of eyeing them all over again. So maybe I'll sit on it. I don't know. I'm torn. I'm really, really torn. This is limited edition. It's limited edition. Okay. It's on. My next paycheck, I will get this. If this is gone by my next paycheck, then fate said that you're not gonna have it. And the universe said so. Okay. Fair. Let me know what you guys think of all these new makeup releases. I would love to hear from you guys. And make sure to hit that like button and subscribe down below for more K-beauty and shenanigans like this. I will see you guys in my next video, which you can check out over here.